So today I just wanted to hop on and for my craft today I'm going to do a rock. If you have not seen my page and seen a lot of the AllysRocks stuff on it, please go back and look at that. Also, I have them tagged at the top of this this live on the comments there. Please check out AllysRocks 405. It is a wonderful nonprofit organization, which I'll tell you about as we craft here today. But that is what I'm going to be painting my rock for. If you are a rock painter and really enjoy that as your pastime or just like to do it once in a while, please go and check out the AllysRocks 405 page. They go live at least once a month to paint rocks, so you'll have lots of great ideas, and it's for a great cause. All right, so as I'm painting, I'll be telling you more about that. Okay, so my rock I have here, it's just a flat-ish rock. Nothing special. This one's probably, let me see, about 3.5, 4 inches long. You just want something that is kind of a smooth surface. I did clean it off first because I don't want the paint to be, moving around some dirt or anything like that. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am going to be using Deco Art paints. Let's see if I can show you that. These are the ones that I typically use for acrylics. They go on great. They have wonderful coverage, and they're just a really good quality, and they're really easy to find. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, and they're not expensive. So that's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to start with this blue for my background on my rock. I don't always paint a background, but this one I wanted to because I just want it to really pop when it's done. So, all right. Let me see here. All right. So as I was saying, AllysRocks is a nonprofit organization, and it is named for Allison Goad. Allie was a beautiful, vibrant, just full of energy, spunky girl when she was taken too soon. She was 22 years old, had her whole life ahead of her. And one night while she was driving on a highway, not a very busy highway, in Texas, she was hit head on by a drunk driver who was 3 times the legal limit. Any kind of impaired driving is wrong. I just want to clear that up. You don't have to be 3 times the legal limit. And there are so many people who are either killed or even seriously injured in impaired driving accidents every single day in the United States. And it is 100% preventable. So that is the message that AllysRocks is trying to get across, for people to recognize that it's 100% preventable, and we should do our part. And your part doesn't just stop with you not driving impaired, but also to stop your friends from driving impaired. The man that took Allie, who killed her, his friends had an opportunity to stop him from getting behind the wheel of the car. They had been with him all day, and they didn't do it. So this doesn't just stop with you not driving impaired. We need to reach out and stop other people from driving impaired. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and dry this rock because I want to paint on it. If you do not have one of these little hot air guns, I highly recommend you get one. And later, I'll link one in the post so you can see they're very inexpensive on Amazon. But I apologize for this noise for a moment. Okay. All right, put that to the side. So today I'm going to be doing a whimsical Christmas tree. And like I said, on AllysRocks 405, they go live once a month. Yesterday, Danette, who is Allie's mom, painted two of the most adorable rocks. I wasn't able to get on live because I was at church, but it stays on the page. So just go back, find that, and you can paint these adorable rocks. She had a beautiful tree, kind of a susicle tree, and also a reindeer that was super cute. So today I'm going to do a tree that's pretty whimsical, but different than the one that Danette did. All right, so I'm going to just kind of sketch it on here first. And then I'll go to painting it. I'm going to do kind of a curly Q kind of tree. Lots of little curves in it. Let's see. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just drawing these little curves all the way around. Hopefully you can see that. See, it doesn't even really look like a Christmas tree yet. You're probably like, what in the world? It will get there, I promise. It's whimsical. And then I'm going to do just the stem or the planter for the bottom here. Okay, put that down. And now I'm going to get a brush, a flat brush. I have a smaller flat tip here somewhere. Hang on, let me grab that. Okay, got it. Okay, so as you can see, it's fairly small, and I may even be using my, actually I'm going to start with this, my round tip here. I'm going to start with that. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and get some green here. And I'm going to just take my green and with my round tip, I'm going to outline this tree a little bit so I kind of know where to stop when I'm using my other brush. All right, so as I was saying, Danette, Allie's mom, and her family have put together this nonprofit called Alley Rocks 405. Now, what Alley Rocks 405 does is it was born from painting rocks. So originally, Allie was taken in September 11th to be exact, of 2021. And they were due to go on a family trip to Orlando to the Universal Parks in October of 2021. Well, this was one of Allie's favorite vacation destinations. So they could not bear to go, without Allie, and it had been so soon. But they decided that's what Allie would want them to do. And as hard as it was, they went ahead and did that. When they were going, a family member had painted 20 rocks for them to hide while they were there. And they kind of thought, well, that's a little crazy, but okay, we'll do it. And found that it was actually very therapeutic to them and felt like there was maybe a little piece of her there with them. And they were able to share Allie by doing that, by putting her name on the back and stuff. So after they came home, they decided to continue to do this. And Alley Rocks 405 was born. They are a family that lives in Oklahoma. Danette lives with her husband. They have a son who was Allie's best friend, and their daughter-in-law was also very close to Allie. And they continue to spread this message by painting rocks and leaving them just across the globe. This has gone from this small family of 4 to almost 10,000 people in just a very short time, because it is such an important message. I think just about everybody, if not, I'd love to see the statistics on it, has sadly been touched by impaired drivers somehow in their lives, whether it be a family member, a close friend, or even themselves. So I know that in doing the Alley Rocks mission, that Danette has met many, many people who have been touched by this, sadly. And their goal is to save other families from going through what they're going through. So they have encouraged others, because honestly, they just thought it was going to be them, I think. And in their family, they have extended family that jumps in and does this as well. But there's so many people like myself who just were touched by their story and really wanted to help, especially to spread this message because it is such an important one. So, there are people across the world, like I said, almost 10,000 people that are painting rocks and hiding them. And there's a message on the back. I'll show you when I'm finished with this painting. It shouldn't take too long. And that they ask that you put on the back. And that helps to spread the message against drinking and driving. And really just impaired driving, period. It doesn't have to be drinking. It's impaired from drugs, alcohol, whatever. Because that really, really does take its toll. When someone gets killed, it's not just that person who has lost their life. Their family is paralyzed with grief, and it's really tragic and terrible. And for instance, the Goad family, they were dealing with this. They dealt with this for over 2 years before justice was even served. If you can even say justice was served. I'm not sure that that's a thing. But so the court case was not until this year and in August. So 2 years of having to deal with this. And they don't have, a place to visit their daughter except the crash site where it happened. So I hold them very near and dear to my heart and their mission. So what the mission is not only to raise awareness, but also to hopefully make a difference by stopping the drinking and driving. And what they have, their goal here is, I think it is a beautiful, beautiful mission and goal, is to at some point partner with like Uber and Lyft and bars, where a bartender, if they notice that someone is, they've been drinking, they've been there for a while and they are not in any condition to be driving, then what they can do is they'll be able to get an Uber or a Lyft for that person, because sometimes, y'all, it's really, really sad that we see this in America and probably other countries too. I'm just speaking for America because this is where I live. Where people are so inebriated, so far gone, they can't even function with their phone. They can't even dial a number. They can't even call an Uber for themselves. And then they get behind the wheel of a car. So the idea would be that then that bartender could call and get that Uber or Lyft or whatever, that ride, and they would have like a code to give to pay for it, and that would come from the AllysRocks 405 group. So as you can see, this is not a nonprofit like some that you're like, yeah, that's good and great, and they're getting the word out. But what are they really doing? They are really doing this. This is their life now. This is Danette's life. This is what she does daily. She is spreading kindness and joy through the world with these rocks. People get so excited when they find them. And also keeping her daughter's memory alive, Allie. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what I know about Allie just from what Danette has shared. She's been so gracious to share her daughter with the world. And what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So they do that, but they're working to raise the funds to truly act and make a difference. And I can tell you that it is there's no paid people in AllysRocks 405, not even Danette, no money at all. In fact, I think the only money that we could talk about with the board members is money going out towards things, the supplies and the money that it takes to run this organization for. They did a fundraiser for like a tent for events that's really cool. It's on their page. Please go check it out. AllysRocks 405. They are on Facebook is where I see them most, but also they're on Instagram. They are on TikTok. I believe YouTube maybe. She even has a Pinterest board now for rocks, and I'll link those up above when we're done here. So, okay, so here's my rock. The green is painted. I'm going to dry that just a little bit. Hit that with my heat gun. Okay. All right. And then I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some ornaments on here. Now, I like to use Posca pens. They are some of my favorites. Let's see what color I want to start with. Maybe I'll do some red. This is, oops, let me turn that around. Posca pen. I've got a 3M right now. They come in all kinds of sizes. They've got this is a 1. They've got 3. 5 is a little bigger. They've even got 7, which is ginormous. All right, so I'm going to start with this one. And I'm just going to start drawing some like little ornament balls on this all over. And I love these paint pens. They're great. They are water-based, and they make rock painting so easy. I use them on door hangers. I use them on tons of stuff. All right, and I'm going to do a lot of different colors. Teal was one of Allie's favorite colors, so of course I'm going to include teal on here. I'll probably put that right in the center. I want her to be right in the center. Anyway, so a little bit about Allie. If you go on to AllysRocks 405 on any of the socials, you are going to see tons of videos and pictures, especially TikTok, of Allie and just what a ray of sunshine she was. She has so many friends. She has touched so many lives. It is incredible. What a beautiful girl. She, cowgirl at heart, totally. She's got this one picture I just love of her in some boots, and she is rocking them. You can tell she is about to go have a great time, or maybe she's in the middle of having a great time. I'm not really sure. But I think just about every picture I've seen of her, she's having a fantastic time. I don't think there's anywhere she went where there wasn't a smile on her face, unless she was there to stand up for a friend, because she was also a very fierce protector of her friends and anyone that she loved. I've seen that a lot. I've heard that a lot from her friends. We had a trip to Universal in Orlando in September to celebrate what would have been her 25th birthday on, I'm sorry, I said September, and I don't mean that. I mean November. November 7th would have been her 25th birthday. And her friends came, and it was awesome. They are so much fun, and you can tell just by her friends how fiercely loved she was, and still is, and missed, completely missed. She's one of those people I've told her mama that, you know, even though I didn't know her, it's really weird because I feel like I miss her. You feel like you know her because the Goad family has been so sweet in sharing her with everyone. And like I said, if you just go on their social media pages, you are going to see that just tenfold. She is amazing. All right, so here I am. I'm just adding tons of ornaments, little circular ball ornaments here. Trying to get some different colors in there and make it very bright and pretty. I'll do a little hot pink here maybe. And then I'll go back and add some other stuff too. And these Posca pens, y'all, they may look like they're expensive, and I would say they are definitely more expensive than the cheaper ones you can find, but they last forever. I have not replaced mine, and I've had them for, oh my goodness, 3-4 years now, and I use them all the time. I'm not saying that they won't dry out or they won't lose their colors and stuff like that, but they last forever. I haven't even used that one ever. I think I have a little one that I use usually. So I like this blue. This is one of the smaller ones. I'll use it down here. So anyway, we like I said, there was a fundraiser for the to raise funds for the tent for events, and you can see that it's really cool. They have a big picture of Allie and her story on the back panel of the tent, and then their logo on the top around it. Super cool. And oh my goodness, the raffle prizes for that were amazing. Absolutely amazing. Check those out. One of them was a custom-made broom, just like a Nimbus, but he called it the Nimbus 2023 by Tim Van Heck, and he's with Craft Smithery, so you can check his page out. Super cool. Some of the other prizes, oh my goodness, that one's been a while, and I'm just excited about the one I got. I can't remember all the prizes for that one. If you know and you're watching this on the replay or whatever, throw them in the comment section, please, because there were some awesome ones. One was, a book nook that was made from Era Tret, and I think her store is Whimsy and Wood. Correct me if I'm wrong, and when I'm done, I'll look that up to make sure and post that as well. That was awesome as well. And then there was a third one that was, I think it was a skull for Zane Wylie, who's amazing, absolutely amazing. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk and think about what I'm doing over here, being all creative, trying to be anyway. I feel like I need a yellow ornament. Okay. All right. Maybe hanging off over here. Anyway, so those were the 3 prizes, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. For that raffle. Then, just recently, they had a huge raffle in November, right after we had gotten back from the trip to Orlando, because they were trying to earn money to get a shed building made for all the things to store for AllysRocks 405. Because not only do they hide rocks, they also, in some parks that allow it around the globe, so like Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, I think, and some of the Disney parks in Orlando, they hide other things too that are super cool with the AllysRocks logo and stuff on it. Also, you can buy some things from them. There's some great car magnets. And if you go to the AllysRocks 405 social media pages, I'm sure you can find that on there. I have one on my car. I will caution you, though, don't leave it on there when you go through the car wash, because I lost one like that and got myself another one. So, I think for the bottom here, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do like a little, maybe a plaid or a checked. Anyway, so I'm going to do this white to start. And you can use, if you don't have paint pens and you want to just use paint, please do that. This is not you have to use paint pens. It's what I have, and it makes it just super quick and easy for me, so I don't have to go get all these different bottles of paint. And I happen to have the markers, so that's why I'm using these. But anyway, so the second raffle was for the shed that they need to house that, and it just happened in November. And one of the prizes was a Sirius Black skull by Zane Wylie. So what he does is he makes replicas. They're not real human skulls, but it's a replica of a real human skull. And he then carves on it hours upon hours upon hours, and they are the coolest. His work has been in different movies and everything, so check him out too. I'll link that as well. And if you haven't seen it, I have a video of the skull that was in that raffle because I won it. I was so excited. It was awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the dryer again real quick. Okay. So anyway, that was one of the prizes. I'm trying to think of what, there were so many in this raffle. It was so hard to remember all of them anyway. But, so they do all kinds of things all the time, and it's always, always rooted in bringing awareness to not drinking and driving, not driving impaired, always. Right now, there is a little contest going on, a challenge, and it's Allie's Jingle Bell Rocks. And so people are painting rocks and hiding them everywhere, and tagging that and taking pictures of those rocks. So if you are a rock painter, please get in on that. Okay, so now I'm just outlining this tree with a Posca pen. This is the size 1. They're the smallest that I know of. That doesn't mean there's not smaller. It's just the smallest I know of at the moment. Let's see, some things other things they've done. They used to do scavenger hunts at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure in Orlando. I don't think they're doing those anymore because that's kind of come to a stop with those parks. But those were a lot of fun. And guys, even people from Ireland planned a trip to come just for that scavenger hunt. So cool. So shout out to Sheena and Amy from Ireland if you watch this. That was super cool. We got to hang out with them, and the scavenger hunts, y'all. Again, I know you're probably getting tired of hearing this. Go to Alley Rocks 405 and check it out. You would be it'll blow you away to see these scavenger hunts and the things that were given away. Participants, I think they said they ended up having to travel, like going back and forth in the parks, like 6 miles or 6.5 miles. But the amount of things they got was amazing. I mean, super cool things. Bags, keychains, cups, just all kinds of stuff. Super cool. And then the prizes at the end. Again, Zane Wylie. He is the man. He donated a skull. Y'all, these things take hundreds of hours to complete. And he is such a giving person. In fact, I can say that about all of the Alley Rocks 405 members that I know. Such giving people, such great hearts. And a lot of us have come together through tragedy. I'm fortunate that I don't have that. I met Danette at Universal Studios back in May of 2022 with my friend. We were there on a mother-daughter trip because our daughters had a crazy hard semester at school. And so we're like, hey, we'll just go there. And we were fortunate to meet Danette then. And we just, of course, loved her and just had to help out on her mission. And have gotten to know her and, like I said, just adore her and her family. They are amazing people, hearts of gold, and, trying as best they can to bring good out of this tragedy, absolute tragedy. And I just cannot commend them enough because I don't know, honestly, how I would react after that happened. I'm fortunate to not know, but I want to be there to help them however possible, and help spread Allie's name and their mission, which is such an amazing one. All right, so I did go one way on this, and now that I'm trying to go another, I really need to dry it again before I start going the other way because I'm just smearing it. My handy dandy hot air gun here. Okay. So anyway, if you like to paint rocks, they don't have to be Christmas rocks. People paint all kinds of different rocks all the time on AllysRocks, and it's just so much fun to see. The ones that I used to paint a whole lot of were Harry Potter, because that was one of Allie's favorites, specifically Sirius Black. That's why I was so excited to win that. Okay, I'm going to be done with that. And then I think for my ornaments, I may go in and just add some little squiggles to some of them. Doesn't need to be perfect. Let's see. I might do little swirls. Some stripes. Polka dots. Let's see, what else can we do to these? Maybe, I don't know, maybe crisscross. Some big polka dots. And what else do we have over here? I'm just going to do some going up and down here. Like this. And color in for like some little stripe, squiggly stripes maybe. Almost looks like Charlie Brown. Opposite Charlie Brown. Reverse Charlie Brown. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to hit this with some white highlights. Just going to, let's see, I'm going to do some curly cues through it. Kind of like some tinsel or something, or a string of lights, maybe. There we go. A little bit of whimsy there. Let's see. What else should we put on this thing? I actually think I might just about be done. I'm going to get a bigger white here. Maybe I'll put a little bit of snow around it. See if my white... sometimes I use my white marker and it gets different colors on it because I don't let the paint dry first. This one's pretty good. I think I used it on this color last time though, so it's not too bad. I'll just put a little bit of snow falling, or maybe it's just going to look like polka dots. I don't know. We'll see. But as you can tell, I am a huge fan and supporter of what AllysRocks does and the message they stand for, and all the work that they are doing. And I do hope that you will join in the fight against impaired driving. It is a real problem, a huge problem, and again, 100% preventable. It's not like, diseases and illnesses, cancer and heart disease, things like that, where, we don't know the cure for those. We know the cure for this. It's real simple. And it's 100% doable. So I do hope that you will take the time to go check out their page and all of their social media platforms and follow along. And then please, if you like to paint rocks, paint them, hide them, get out there with them and help out with the cause there. All right. I don't think I'm going to put any snow there on the ground. I mean, it's not a real tree anyway. clearly. So, okay, so I'm done with my tree here. Now, the important part, the most important part of these rocks right here is the message on the back. So, on all of the rocks that we paint and hide, we put this. Post your fine. You could really just put hashtag AllysRocks405 because, like I said, they're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Facebook seems to be the most active, and then this phrase, because this is the heart of it. It's the most important part. If someone didn't drink and drive, Allie would still be alive. Allie had dreams of being a furniture maker with wood and welding, wood and metal. She was a welder. She had dreams of having a family. She was amazing with kids, little kids. And she had dreams of getting married and having kids, and that was all cut short. It was taken from her. It was taken from her family. And don't let this happen to anyone else. So paint your rocks and just add this message to the back. When you're done, please seal the rocks so that when they're out in the elements, you don't lose your beautiful artwork and the important message. So what I like to use is I either use the Krylon Triple Thick Crystal Clear Glaze. I will spray that on both sides. Or, you can tell that one's almost out, Rust-Oleum, just a matte clear enamel. And then, if I have time, I will put a light coat of resin on it. I use UV resin. Let's see if I have that to show you. This is the type of resin that I use, if you can see that under here. I'll put a link in the description for you, but just this UV resin so that it'll dry real quick, harden real quick, and cure. But if you don't have resin, you don't want to deal with resin, that's fine. At least spray them with something, okay? And be careful when you're spraying because you don't want to spray like your car or your furniture stuff. Do it outside, well ventilated. But this time of year, I know it's hard, depending on where you live, for the your typical 2-stage epoxy resin. But this UV stuff, super simple, because if you don't have sun or it's not warm enough outside, I mean, I don't think it really has to be warm, just need the sun, but they have little lights you can get and do it inside. So protect your rocks. Most importantly, protect the message. All right. Thanks, y'all. I will see you later, and hopefully I'll see you on AllysRocks 405. Thanks, y'all.